very challenging for parents to know how seriously to take a teen's experimentation with alcohol or drugs, especially nowadays. Researchers with Kaiser Permanente have decided to pursue this issue in a new study. So Dr. Stacy Sterling with Kaiser Permanente Division of Research is joining us live to talk about recent findings. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us and talking about this very, I think, apt subject that we're talking about. It's very relevant to what's happening nowadays because I think kids nowadays, they're just exposed to a lot of extreme drugs like fentanyl and other things. What kind of drugs do you find that kids are being exposed to nowadays?
Well, that's true. Opioids, in particular, fentanyl, are very dangerous, and they're out there, and kids are being exposed to those. But also, alcohol and binge drinking is very common among adolescents, as well as hazardous use of cannabis and marijuana. So there's a lot of risk, and alcohol and drug use can be really devastating for adolescents, and it's associated with a lot of health problems, mental health. It's closely tied to the top 3 causes of mortality and morbidity in this age group, which are accidents, suicide, and homicide. So it's a real problem.
I think the question that many people are wondering, and this is what your research is studying, is how does a child's medical history influence potential drug use later on in their life?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is that most adolescents experiment with alcohol and drugs. And luckily, most of them don't end up with these acute problems. So we really wanted to look at medical records to see if there were clues in there to help parents and pediatricians identify who's most vulnerable.
And talk about your self-assessment tool Kaiser has designed and developed with your team and the research behind it.
Sure, absolutely. So we identified at Kaiser Permanente's Division of Research, we identified a number of factors that are associated with heightened risk for developing serious problems. So these are things like oppositional defiant disorder, bipolar disorder, conduct disorders, self-harm, exposure to stress and trauma, and all of those things really raise the risk of developing a serious alcohol and drug problem.
I think what's unnerving for a lot of parents nowadays is a child's ability to conceal a lot of things and to hide a lot of what they're feeling and what they're doing. So what can parents do? What do you recommend parents do to sort of open up that conversation and be more involved in their child's life to know what they're doing?
Well, absolutely. Having those honest discussions starting when kids are younger, before adolescence, and talking and giving very clear messages about, not being, alcohol and drug use not being acceptable. People think that teens don't listen to their parents, but that's actually the #1 prevention thing that parents can do. And knowing who their friends are and what they're involved in, what activities. So.
Absolutely. I mean, peer pressure, we heard that all the time in school. It's still relevant today. Doctor, real quick, how do people get access to the self-assessment tool?
Sure. The Partnership to End Addiction has this free, accessible online risk assessment tool on their website. And it's great. It can really help identify those risk factors. And parents and pediatricians can use this information to really help prevent the development of these serious problems.
Perfect. Dr. Stacy Sterling with Kaiser Permanente talking to us about how we can help our teens and prevent more drug use and alcohol use. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.